Oh,
Peaceful, yeah.
have you done anything out of the ordinary?
I haven't really been doing anything too much out of the ordinary, and I've been
Yeah.
spending just some real qualitative time with people.
Nice.
Yeah.
Qualitative. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot. So, Mr. Pink, let me just give the viewers and the listeners a bit about you, a bio about you. So I'm here with Daniel Pink. He's responsible at Family Health ISIS. Oh, ISIS means more than what we think it means, doesn't it?
That's true.
Yes, ISIS. And it's a social, it's with social networks,
So,
Ubuntu.
Ubuntu Social Living
Ubuntu
Networks.
Living Networks. Tell me about that, please.
Ubuntu
Yes.
is an African term
Okay.
that comes from South Africa that just means I am because we are, therefore because we are, I am. It's a whole philosophy and a way of being in terms of how people live together as African people. And it's that kind of value-based system that allows you to interact in real meaningful ways, always looking to move things forward.
How did you source that? How did you find that meaning?
Well, it was my colleague, Dr. Ian Phillips. We were running a program called Mandiani prior to that.
I was going to get to that. Okay.
And so prior to Ubuntu, we was running Mandiani. And Mandiani was just the name of an African dance that celebrates young people transitioning from boyhood to manhood.
Okay, yes.
And so we was running that program. And so when we came to an end of that program,
And where were you running that? In
we
colleges?
was doing this in Sydenham, and we was doing this in a lot of primary schools and secondary schools in the London Borough of Lewisham. Yeah, it was one.
So
of
it's
the
a
big,
recognised.
Well, it was a big program at
was,
the time in Lewisham. It was funded by the Department of Health, Lewisham's Children's Fund, and also the National Youth Agency.
Okay.
It was a big program looking at the issues impacting African Caribbean children's lives in Lewisham at the time.
And how many years ago was that?
Whoa. You're talking a long time ago.
Yeah.
And Ubuntu evolved out of Mandiani in its own right. And so
I love the way it sounds. It just rolls off your tongue, isn't it? It's just got that roll, Ubuntu. Cool.
yeah, and it's the social living networks, but it's also learning, leadership, and community.
Okay.
So the social living was, us working with children and young people from the African Caribbean community about developing our self-esteem, our confidence, our identity.
Nice.
And so it was always about working and keeping the community, informed of what we're doing in terms of working with their children and having the parents involved in what we were doing. Because
and what ages was this that you?
This was from 10 to 16. And we still do some of that work now.
You're still doing that?
Yeah.
How do you find it since you started it till now with the children's self-esteem?
Well, in terms of looking at African Caribbean children, because that's the target group that really stands out for me. Whilst there's a big issue right across the board, but in terms of our community, in terms of African Caribbean children in Lewisham, in April 2016, there was a report written called the Lewisham Education Commission Report.
Okay.
That outlined that 84% of African Caribbean children couldn't get 5 GCSEs at that time. A to C, including maths and English.
Wow.
And so that became a big thing for me.
What do you think is that? Is it because our parents back then didn't have the tools to push you? I don't know
about whether they never ever had the tools.
Or the patience or something.
I think they always had the tools. I think the only problem is that when you don't recognize colonialism and the impact of colonialism and how that affects a people's lives, especially when you've subjugated them for a long period of time.
Yes.
And then you bring them into a transformative paradigm where you've now developed your own system
Yes.
And now you're getting them to come in and work within your system
You put it like that.
in order to kind of, continue the legacy
Yes.
of being the supreme empire around the world. And so our people have got caught within the British Empire. And by being caught up in the British Empire, the impacts of those things in terms of them being, we are the British Empire,
yes,
and you are our subjects. And so therefore then, if you're subject, that means you're lower than.
You're lower than, yeah.
So if you've been conditioned into that kind of thinking, you operate from a subservient kind of place or a more compliant kind of place where you're not going to challenge or anything.
You're just
like
going to
that.
be satisfied with
You're
that.
satisfied.
Still, yeah.
And that's because you're not necessarily being able to determine your own destiny. When you're working for somebody else who doesn't have your best interest at heart, it means that they can do anything that they want.
Gosh, when you're just bringing back the memories like this, wow.
And our parents went through a lot of those kind of things. And still today, we're still going through many of these kind of things. I mean, if you talk about the Windrush generation and the hostile environment that happened not too long ago, and now you see them, they've got a bill now where, they can revoke your passport and all of these kind of things. So, look where we've ended up from 1948 in terms of the Windrush generation, quote unquote, just use that part, to 2022. Wow.
What a complete revolving, I don't even have a word, just a revolving bit of mess.
Well, it's funny because remember that our parents came to rebuild the place. Not only did they come to rebuild the place, many of them fought in the Second World War. Yeah. To fight
and that part you don't hear. That's the thing, you don't hear that part.
They came and fought in the First and Second World War. And at the end of the day, it was England having a disagreement with their cousins, Germany. And then they asked us to come in and help them to beat up their brother. And then we beat up their brother, and then they tell you, say, get out.
Oh, God. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So that is how it is, peeps.
Hey.
Like a bad relationship, Lordy.
Wow, man.
Wow.
I stood up for you and beat up your brother for you.
Now where's my back? How are you going to hold my back? Oh my gosh.
Let me get out. Oh, right. Okay, right. We've arrived there. Okay, so, that's the kind of funny side of things. Yeah. So, that's why we work with young people. Yes. Because when you look at the whole thing, even though we laugh a little bit about it, because you have to laugh sometimes. Yeah. But when you look at it, what the impacts of an enslavement of a people for over 400 years, and big. Deny them, their rights to be free as human beings to determine their own destiny. But you're still holding them within an economic framework that binds them, but not just binds them, now binds the whole world.
The whole world, yeah. Gosh, wow. So, peeps, on that note, you know what it is, you know what time it is. It's time for Jazzy to play one of her back-in-the-day tunes, I should say. And I think I'm going to scroll through, and I think I'm going to play... Wait a minute. I had him here. Yes, I'm going to play... Aurra, A-U-R-R-A, You and Me Tonight. And I hope you enjoy. So, here we go. There we go. Good.
You enjoyed that?
I enjoyed that. So I fought with my cousin in Germany, and they told me to off.
Oh, it didn't sound too terrible.
No, that was good. That was real clear and good. Yeah, absolutely. That was good. But it's a good way of putting it, because a lot of us don't know why this is happening, especially the younger youths. Yeah,
But that's how I think of it. And, Goddess Jazzy,
Yeah.
You came to Africa, you enslaved us.
Gosh.
And us in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Then you had an argument with your cousin.
You wanted backup.
Your cousin said he's gonna bust your head, so you then call for us, who you enslaved in the first place, to come and help you beat up your cousin. We come and help you beat up your cousin. Then you tell us,
get lost. And don't take nothing with you. Just one. You know what I mean?
So you think, really?
Really?
And I think that's a stunning thing for a lot of us. We can't believe it.
Yeah, the shock, yeah.
Really? Because when you think about it, Goddess Jazzy, our parents that came here, clean toilet and all of them kind of thing.
And their only job was to be a nurse. You couldn't go any further than that, you know?
They clean up the place.
Gosh.
Turn the place around.
And clean them up as well.
Clean them up too. And then the next thing.
You're nasty, sorry.
Remember Goddess Jazzy? When we was little.
Yeah.
Although they had the chip shop.
Yeah.
Right? Remember, chips was in a newspaper.
Yes. And it tastes good. And you know what? It's only the white man that can do it good. The Chinese and whoever else is trying to do it, it's not it. It's not the one.
But they were putting it in newspaper. With ink.
Yeah. I was still here.
So
yeah, we cleaned them up. What do you think of it?
We come and done a whole load of things.
Because they were nasty, so I heard. Proper nasty.
Oh, listen, man.
Yeah, extremely nasty.
So,
you know?
And it's not to be disrespectful.
No.
In that way. But we came and we gave.
Yeah.
And not only did we give, even though, you know, you had your National Front and all of those kind of things, we still...
Yeah. We still persevered.
We still persevered. And, you know,
you're telling me to leave. Get out.
No, you tell me, get out.
Get out.
What?
Oh. What? And they tell you to leave without nothing. Don't take what you've bought and made here. You must go.
You must come out.
You must come out just like that.
So, you know, Empress, this is my thing with what Priti Patel has said. You know, Priti, you don't need to revoke my passport. Me ready for go.
Yeah.
So
can't I come? And you got room for me?
You have enough room.
Have you? Good. Good.
But what I said to Priti, look, if you want me to go, me will go. But when me I go, this is the proviso.
Yes.
Where me going, make sure say none of your people them not there, and that them a fly out the same time me a fly out.
Yeah.
And that we never see one another again. Me be very happy.
Yeah.
Just make sure no leave all my resources and everything and come out.
Yes.
And go live over here so.
Yeah.
And stay upon on a rock with a friend them.
Yeah.
And all on the stay there.
Absolutely.
This is the disgrace of it.
Jeez. But I heard that back in the day they did offer a certain amount of money to go back. That's like in my mum's time, I think, back in...
I think I heard something
like
about that. I can't remember it exactly.
But a few refused and a few took it.
Well, you see, again, you know, individuals taking it is one thing. But it's a collective experience that we've had.
Yeah. And we're still
that
separated.
That needs to be addressed.
But when is that going to be addressed? Look how long.
Well, do you know what? It's
when
the reparations argument is coming up more and more. But my thing is not just about the reparations, because the first thing about reparations is about repairing yourself. Because
and that strength in you.
That's the beauty about reparations, not about the monetary side of it.
No.
Repair yourself. You recognise now.
Yes.
This is what they've done. So now we've got to look at how we reverse that.
Yes.
In terms of how we treat ourselves
and each other.
Yeah. And once that is done, the story done.
Yeah. We're forced to reckon with. Definitely.
And the world knows it. The world knows.
Why we still like TikTok? I don't know. Sometimes I just want to get something and just. You know when you say it,
it's a funny thing.
Why are we still against each other at this time with everything happening? We need each other, you know.
Yeah. There's just some of us that just lack self-control. And because of that lack of self-love, means that you react to things.
Yes.
So rather than have that self-love that gives you that comfort to operate from a space to understand why somebody might be doing something, can be able to empathize and work with them and get them to see something different. You know, the person who's acting it out that way is because that part of them is not in there. Because if it's in you, where you love yourself, you ain't gonna look at your next brother or sister and want to do them anything.
That's true enough. I'll be true this finished. Good. Okay. All right. Welcome back to the Goddess Jazzy Show. I hope you enjoyed my track tune from back in the day. I surely did. It evoked some serious good memories. Anyway, I'm still here with my guest Daniel Pink. We've just been having an off radio chat, which has been really interesting, without a doubt. Honestly, so much work to do. I think still. But are you tired? Don't you get tired?
Natty never
give me that strength. Give me that strength.
There's an old time Jamaican song saying, "Natty never get weird."
Yeah.
Never yet.
Oh my God.
No.
So what made you wake up one day and say to yourself, you know what, I need to do something to help? What was that pivotal thing that said, I need to do something?
I don't think there was a pivotal thing.
Okay.
I think it's been an evolutionary journey.
Evolutionary. Mr. Pink, let me write that word down. You know what I'm like? Evolutionary.
Yeah, it's been an evolutionary journey.
Yeah.
Coming into understanding yourself and learning more about yourself. You know, taking out some of the things that you've learned and put that outside and do Sankofa and go back and fetch those things from your ancestry and the great accomplishments and achievements. Bring that back and replace those.
Was it alarming when you started to search? Was it an alarming feeling, like, ooh, you know, that kind of feeling?
Yeah, you couldn't believe that anything was like that, and some of it you didn't even want to believe that it was so.
Wow.
Because you're just seeing the magnitude of what it is that you're looking at, and you can't get your head around it because you need time to be able to digest it.
Wow.
And then be able to think about it and then start to look at it and piece the things together.
Yes.
Then you start to see the picture more clearer.
Wow.
And once you start to see it more clearer, then more so now the responsibility and onus is on you to improve yourself and your behavior and your conduct.
Nice.
And that for me is the important thing.
Do you feel at peace?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Contented.
Good.
In myself.
Yeah. Do you know what I done? I've got to tell you. I done a DNA test.
Okay.
I'm not Jamaican. Yeah, that's the truth. I'm not Jamaican. So does that mean I've been lied to all these years?
Well, beloved, it just depends, beloved. The one thing is, the mighty Peter Tosh from Jamaica said, no matter where you come from, as long as you're a black man, you're an African. But I was told this all these years, but to know it now, I am 78% Nigerian. Well, there you go.
16% Kenyan.
There you go.
0.9% British. And the other percentage, I'm Baltic. That means I've got a bit of Russian in me. But I wonder if that's where the disconnect is now. It's making me think with certain things. Is that where there's a disconnect in life, with purpose, with, I don't know.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, the beautiful thing is that, as you say, you can look into your Nigerian culture and then you can start to understand about the Nigerian culture. What are you, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa?
I just hope I'm a queen in whichever village there is.
You don't need a village, use the queen.
I just need to know that. If I know that, I'm all right.
Use the queen anyway, so you don't have to worry about that. You know, just looking at Nigeria alone, you know, Nigeria is one of the most, if not the most populous country on the continent of Africa, because it's got 200 million people. Wow,
look at that. I've really got to scrub up on my research now.
You know, you're talking about a big population of people on the earth, one of the biggest populations anywhere.
Yes.
In terms of a country, you know, so 200 million people. And it has a history of the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Hausas that goes back to thousands of years.
Yeah, I've got
You're talking about the development of very high culture. And so you know,
the languages as well. The languages. I'd
you
love to
mean?
know.
So you're talking about Benin. You're talking about the Oyo Empire.
Yes.
You're talking about the Nox civilization. So you are a very ancient sister. And that much you need to know.
Yes.
And embrace it.
Oh, I will. I'll take that.
And eat it. And know that when you walk, be proud in it, because you're it.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is the beautiful thing about walking in the beauty of yourself.
Yes.
Because then nobody can't fool you when you are in that knowledge of yourself, and that just brings out the deep beauty inside.
Yes.
So it just shows you how far you're coming from.
It's good, isn't it?
It's marvelous. And Kenyan too.
Yeah, in Kenyan. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
gosh, what a mix.
And you look at the
no
Kenyans.
Jamaican love.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
No Jamaican.
It's all right.
Gosh. Sorry, Jamaica.
Don't
I've
worry.
had 50 years here, but it's
Don't worry,
it's love
beloved.
now.
We all came. All the Jamaicans came from Africa.
Yeah, that's the thing. But I think a lot don't want to know it. They don't really want to accept it. But now it's grounded in me that this is what I am.
And beloved, embrace it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yes.
Eat it.
Definitely. And
Do you know
walk
what I
with
mean?
it. Without
Walk
a doubt.
with it.
Yeah.
Kiss it. Love it. Understand? Dance
absolutely.
with it.
Oh,
You know,
most definitely.
because it's you.
Yeah.
And don't let nothing stop you from getting to know your great African ancestry.
Yes.
And the accomplishments and achievements of those fantastic Nigerian people and those different groups within there, because you're talking empires. And if you remember the Black Panther,
A little bit.
you never saw the movie? No, don't tell me you never see the movie.
Is it way back? Because I'm born in the 70s, so is it way back?
Well, no, the one that just with
Chad Boseman.
Yes.
Yes.
When that came out not too long ago.
Yes, I did watch that.
And
it's
those
beautiful.
women that were in there, that was the protectors of him.
Yes.
That was a real thing that came from Nigeria.
Oh, so okay. Yeah, Angela Bassett was in it. Yeah, I saw it.
So those women soldiers
Was real.
And you can go to the Dahomey kingdom where they come from.
Yes.
And they used to protect
Wow.
the ruler. So it's not something that is some little mad thing. No, this was real things, and they fought the Portuguese when the Portuguese came to invade and do all kind of things in Africa.
Gosh.
So
You're so fruitful with knowledge. Oh, I could listen to you for ages. Yeah. You believe me? I can. Everybody out there who's listening, you don't understand. Oh my God. I just love you. I do. I just do. Your knowledge is just so fruitful, you know? Yeah, it really is fruitful.
Give thanks. That's because there's been great people that I can sit down and read, you know.
Yes.
Dr. John Henry Clark.
Okay.
Buchanan, you know, you've got the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, you've got Marcus Garvey. You understand me? So there's been so many great people that we've been reading over the years.
Yes.
So we continue to keep reading and keep learning.
That's
keep
really
growing.
Good. Yes.
That's the thing. So the information is out there. And
are we too lazy to seek it?
Well, you don't even have to seek it anymore, because all you got to do is press a button on your phone and it brings it all up. You don't have to go to
But even that, I find a lot of people they don't want it. They want things on a plate.
Well, you see,
they don't want to look or see.
It's fine if you want things on a plate, and if you're always waiting to be served, then someone will serve you something that you don't want. So at the end of the day, it's best you learn for yourself how to cook and make something.
Yes.
And then that way,
great advice.
When you learn to do that, nobody can't fool you. So my encouragement to people is the greatest device that you've got in your hand, in your home, we carry it around everywhere with us, is your mobile phone. You can virtually get any form of information that you want on your mobile phone. Put in African history.
Yes.
The next thing, a whole load of things will come up.
Yes.
Put in British history.
I'm just gonna play another track because I've got another guest here, or the administrator's here. So you're gonna listen to Sharon Brown, called Specialize in Love. So I hope you enjoy. Here we go. Oh, 1 second. No, not yet. 1 second. Yes. I just need to open the door. And yes. Now, what did I say her name was? Sorry. If I don't laugh, okay, here it is. Enjoy. There we go. That's the administrator.
Okay.
Always comes in on my way. Always. You know. Hello. Hi. Is it open? Open? Yeah, okay. So I couldn't come any quicker. I was
a bit worried that you went in for a second there.
Oh no, I just had to put you on the music. This is so.
How you doing?
Hi.
This is my guest, Mr. King. Do you know there's
I
a
wasn't
Mr.
sure because you didn't have the lights on.
Oh,
Usually
right.
I look up at the lights to see if anyone's in.
Okay. Did you know Mr. Pink? There was a Mr. Pink who had the pink house.
In
You remember?
Lewisham, yeah.
I didn't know he was a singer. We used to walk past school back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh my
Mr.
God,
Pink.
Mr. Pink.
He's gone now.
He's
though.
gone, yeah, he's gone. But whatever happened, the house is still looks a bit
I don't know.
disrepair.
I don't know.
He had children, I think.
He's got children.
He's got children, but no, it seems still, when I pass it seems still
Well,
empty.
I don't know because the building is a very unique building on Lewisham Way.
Definitely, it really
So-
stands out.
I don't know whether they're gonna. It might be listed.
Oh,
It
is
might be
that?
listed. It might be listed because they
Wow.
might want to preserve it.
Yeah.
'Cause there's no other house.
There's
on
no
the road
other
like,
at all, none
like
at all.
it. So, they might want to preserve it, convert it up, and change it.
And change it.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
History, I never knew because he used to shout at us. If you sat on his wall, he'd say,
Oh,
get
yeah.
off the wall and all right. Back in the day, you
was
know.
him.
Yeah.
That was him.
He'll catch you out. I'm like, oh my God.
I tried to find out a few things about him.
But there's not much, isn't it? I did as well. I tried to research, and that's when I found out he was a musician. I did not know.
Yeah, he was,
Gosh.
come here in the early days.
Yeah. Wow.
Come here in the early days, and he just worked.
Yeah. Constant.
Just worked. Just
Shame,
worked.
innit? Oh, rest his soul.
Again, it goes back to those things, how they came here.
Yeah.
They came here because it was the mother country, and
All the promises.
and the promise the streets was paved with gold, and so they came here. And then when they came here,
Sting York.
and then that those things that they had to endure
Yeah.
wasn't easy.
And the thing is, I don't think we think of that. We sometimes do if we're in a moment, but
Yeah.
do we really deeply think about, you know what? That person had to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Whereas we'll turn up our nose and say we're not going to do that. You know? Right. Let me just right, we won't be having this yet. Okay. Welcome back to the Goddess Jazzy Show. I hope you enjoyed that track by Sharon Brown called Specialize in Love. That again was another track from back in my day that I enjoy, And I'm here with Daniel Pink still, and we're talking about Mr. Pink. So his name is Daniel Pink, and there was a Mr. Pink. God rest his soul, Interesting. But as I was saying, we don't really think deep about the things they used to do. We'll talk about it and say, oh, they used to wash toilets or whatever. Young people will turn up their nose now to do a cleaning job, But back in the day, our grandparents or whoever didn't have a choice.
Sometimes I think you pick up the habits of the host nation.
Gosh, the host nation.
Yeah.
And Mr. Pig, the way you roll out these things, Oh my goodness me. Okay, let's get back to so you've done, let me talk about what you've done. So you're qualified youth and community work at Goldsmith University. How was it studying at Goldsmith? Wow.
It was interesting.
I like that.
It was interesting in terms of putting myself in that environment.
Yes.
And the unique set of circumstances that led to it.
Okay.
But doing the study and doing the youth and community work was very valuable.
Yeah.
It was very valuable, gave me an insight into things and gave me a better understanding of why things are the way they are.
Okay.
And youth work, youth and community work gives you that opportunity to be able to really unpick and see where are the blocks, what are the things that have.
So you managed to dissect that whole program and see the holes, as to say, yeah.
So in terms of what's stopping young people from doing the things that they would really like to do, you see where the root of it starts in terms of politics and how those things are impacting lives. So
gee whiz.
It's how you then inform those young people from a very informal kind of place, you know, about how things work in a society, so that they can then recognize those things and then operate differently. So to be forearmed, to be informed is to be forearmed. So if you can get them to understand what are the things that disable them from doing the things that they want to do as they're growing, is to give them that understanding. These are the things why. Think about where you're living. Look at what's going on in your environment. Think of how those decisions are made, why you're not able to do those things, and then point them at the direction at where those things are, so that they can see. And once they can see and understand those things, it's easier for them.
It's easier, isn't it? Wow.
It's easier then. But it's not just for the children, that's for us as a community, of people as well. Because we all, in many ways, I'm guilty of it, we all need to be more involved in civic duty in terms of where we live, in the areas in which we live, and how those areas function. Because at the end of the day, you still have big areas where there's large populations of African Caribbean people, and we should be playing more part in influencing the future and the destiny of the borough.
Why are we lacking that? Why are we lacking it?
I think some of it is because of apathy in some ways, but also the fact that, you know, we're on the treadmill, and being on the treadmill is not an easy thing. Then trying to be involved in civic things, but you know, the support, but we still do need to do those kind of things, and we still need to do those things in terms of, as a community, connecting with each other and building. We're
very good at doing that with other communities, aren't we?
100%.
But with our own, it's like another thing.
100%, because if you've been taught distrust of your own, then you believe in everybody else. But you know, that's just a fallacy, because you've been taught and conditioned to think like that.
Then how do you start to uncondition yourself? Well, where do you start?
Well, once you start to realize, hold on, here I live in England. If I live in England, what is England? Understand something about England. How does England function? How does England work?
So go back to the basics like that.
Go back to the basics.
And
once you go back to the basics, you start to see yourself in the picture. And once you start to see yourself in the picture, England didn't evolve just in and of itself. It was intertwined in what took place, especially within the 15th century and onwards, in terms of the transatlantic slave trade and what that meant in terms of the whole development of the whole of London. So once you start to understand those kind of things, and you start to understand, okay, well, what was going on in Africa at that time then? Oh, well, we was doing certain things, and we had our own ways of living long before Europeans necessarily came to Africa. You know, we had our own civilizations like Timbuktu, Songhai, Mali. Do you know what I mean? Ancient Egypt, Nubia, Kush. So, you know, you have some great civilizations that were around doing great things way before we are here now in 2022. People are still marveling at the ancient civilizations of Africa. You talk about the pyramids of Egypt, for instance. Anybody hears the name the pyramids, they know what that is. That tells you how great that civilization is, that it still left a mark there on the world in the present day. That they don't know how they put those monuments together. And with all
it was
the
them that done it.
But they did it. They did it. They did it. So if we're not able to replicate that today, then we have to ask ourselves the question, what kind of people were we at those times? And we're the same kind of people that we are now, but we were more disciplined and we knew ourselves as an African
so much
people.
Love. So much. I miss, you know, I do miss. I miss that togetherness. I miss it badly. but the genuine togetherness, not just together just for the sake of together, but that genuine togetherness.
Well, it's something that we have to reinstitute and start doing again. We know what it is.
Yeah.
We know
We have to
how
do
it
it
works.
fast now. We can't just be waiting now. We have to do it like tomorrow or yesterday, as they say.
Well,
you know,
it starts in the home, and I encourage it to start in the home because, you know, at the end of the day, you and I lie down and make our children. And so therefore, then the fact that you and I make them, then you and I must determine what it is that we want for them and how we want them to grow.
Definitely.
And set the standard within the home in
Very
terms
true.
of...
And you must have time.
Yeah,
you've got to have time.
You've got to have time.
I always say, don't just have children for the sake of fashion. Make sure you've got time.
You have to have time. They're not ornaments that you pick up and brush off.
And just brush off and you know,
put
look
them
at me. No, you have to put in the time, the energy, the mind, everything.
Don't make them.
Yeah.
And you don't want to look after them. And I'll say this, and this is
say
part in
it. Say
terms
it
in
proud and honestly.
How we do things in Ubuntu.
Yeah.
Is that we tell it plain. Sex is nice.
Yeah.
But when that woman come and tell you those 3 words,
Yep.
I am pregnant, I said your whole world changes at that point.
Definitely.
So
that's real talk. Really real talk.
It's all right. You're having fun
here,
there, and everywhere, and it's all good. But these things have a consequence to them.
Definitely. And it's not just for one day, it's for life.
It's for life.
You know? It's for life.
And remember, when you're out there sleeping around with this one and that one because they're this or that, if you get pregnant for them, remember, and this is to the sisters, this is how special you are.
Yes.
When you go and get pregnant for some of these men, remember, and you don't really know them, they're in your life for the rest of your days.
Yep.
Until you're dead. So make wise choices.
Yeah. You heard it here. Love the Beat Radio. Contact us on Love the Beat Radio on Facebook, on Twitter at Love the Beat Radio, and at Instagram at Love the Beat Radio. And you can also call, text and WhatsApp on 07 308 895 668. And I really loved what Daniel Pink has just said about to the sisters and the brothers out there. Don't just be having children without thought. Because I think there's a lot of how do I say it without it being not unwanted, kind of careless children making in a way. There's lots of kids are being killed and abused and this and that because that person isn't grown, that isn't mentally grown to have that child or do the job.
Because you see, we acting out of external stimulus that tells us we need to be like this, we need to look like that, we need to be like this, I need to wear this, I need to look like that. If I have this, then this will attract that, and this and that. And all of that, when you're caught up into that sexualization of things, is where you then function from the lower desire.
Yes.
And when you function from the lower desire, rather from the
higher,
head up,
the higher frequency,
rather from the head down, then you just get caught up in, well, if I wear this outfit or if I look like that, if I have a 6-pack, if I'm this, if I'm a rude boy, if he's a bad man, this, that, and then all of these things are short stimuli.
Yes,
but they have consequences in terms of when you have relationships and you're not stable and you don't know who you are, you don't know where you're coming from, you don't know your values, you don't know your ancient principles and systems in how we used to govern.
the thing that you pick, say it, man. My God,
go out
love
and
it.
make the mistake of bringing children into a world that you don't even understand.
Oh my gosh, people. You know it has to come back, don't you? You just know. You must. You have to. I'm not finished with you. This is again another beginning from the last beginning. Honestly. Honestly, because you're enriching people's minds now. This early morning, you're enriching how much people? And they need it.
Well, this is why I say that we're involved and we do the work in Lewisham, what we do. And that's why we have a group of people called the Lewisham Education Group.
Okay.
And they're firmly in the line of making sure of holding the council to account and the schools, and also holding the community to account for what the community should be doing in order to make sure that they're looking after their children. And that's called the Lewisham Education Group, and they're a fantastic group of people. In terms
Imagine, I live in the borough, I never knew this is there, you know?
Yeah, it's a Lewisham Education Group, and brilliant set of people.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can anyone come to the meeting, or is it you have to be a certain?
When you say can anyone come?
Like, could I come?
It's for African Caribbean
Okay,
parents.
so it's all right
to come and talk about what's going on for them in terms of their children and education and what they're going through.
Okay.
So that's how we kind of work at looking at how do we support them, signpost them to where they can get the support if we might not necessarily know. But it's about developing them through workshops and different programs that helps them to start to see the best in themselves, because we can't say the children are the problem. The children are not the problem. The children are children. It's the parents that are the problem, and the parents are a problem because they're in a system where they've been put in a place where they have to go to work and do all of these things, where they don't have the time to be with the children as they should be. Example. No animal in nature gives its children to anybody else to educate them.
That's so true. That's so true. Mr. Pink, you.
No animal.
And you're making me think now. You're right. I'm trying to think of every animal that I watch, and I like a lot of animal programs. And you're right.
No animal does that.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, there's this thing that I'm doing with people at the moment. It's called the eagle that thought he was a chicken.
Well, there was a story of that from back in the day. Wasn't there a story? Yes.
And that's true. There is a story like that.
There is.
The eagle that thought it was a chicken. And I think a lot of us as black people around the world think that we're a chicken. When really we're an eagle.
Yeah.
And we've forgotten that we're an eagle because we've been educated and conditioned to believe that we're something other than what we really are.
We need to start complimenting each other more.
100%.
And when I say that, I don't mean in a way of I mean complimenting your greatness of who you are. You know what I mean?
100%. And that's why, in terms of us understanding about how we've got to start to work with each other, love each other, support each other, do business with each other, support our children with each other. Do you know what I mean? And use our creative development and flair in terms of our ideas that we have, because we're geniuses.
Very much so.
And use those things to drive us and propel us in the direction that we want to go. And start to think about owning land, because we've got to own land.
Yes.
Land.
So very well having a house, but if you've got the land.
Land is the basis of power.
Yes.
And so therefore then once we own land, and you can cultivate land, and you can produce food on land, and you can develop infrastructure on land, even the clothes that we wear can cut from the land. So once we start to understand there's a value in land, and the man who owns land and uses it to cultivate it for the benefit of the community without any kind of mad kind of pestilence and things that you're going to put in it. If you grow what you eat, then you know what's in it. And then that way you're more healthier.
You're more healthier. And your mind is more stronger and clearer, more clarity. I
want the young people to go forward and have a future that's unlimited, unrivaled, where they don't have to deal with all this racism and all of these inequalities that they're having to face. Because at the end of the day, it's one world we live in. And that one world we live in has a beginning. And we got to honor the beginning and stop trying to think that everything started from the middle. And the beginning was Africa. And Africa is the mother, is the father of every living human being on the planet. Until we start to understand that and recognize that, not want to just go and exploit Africans because we can go to their land and get gold, get diamonds, and we don't even want to do the right things in terms of giving them what is rightfully theirs for that which you're taking out of their land. So all of these kind of things really don't play good because it's about exploitation and manipulation. And so when you see it on the TV, there's the poor little Africans and they're showing you and you're thinking, oh man. But those people that are exploiting them know exactly what they're doing, and they're living big and they're living well and they're living flush. And when they're living like that without no love in the heart, that's
the key. No love in your heart. And how do you become soulless like that? I always call it soulless. How do you come empty without love like this?
There's a man who sang a song from Jamaica. He said, "He who worship vanity and have no love for humanity shall fade away."
I've heard that. Who sings it?
Byers, Junior
yeah,
Byers.
I can feel the song.
His
Yeah.
name is Junior Byers. So so
Yeah.
if you want to chase vanity and have no love for humanity, you shall fear that way.
Yeah.
So these short-term things that you think is what makes you know, man, it's more than that.
More than that.
And until you start to get to know the internal person and be comfortable with the internal person,
Yes.
then that way you can express the internal outwardly rather than this outside influence in the inside.
And the inside is beautiful. It can really make it beautiful,
That's the one. And this is why we do the work that we do in terms of the Lewisham Education Group, Ubuntu.
Yes.
And what we have as our platform on a Saturday, we call it Coffee Saturday.
Coffee Saturday. So do you meet in person?
We meet in person once a month.
Good.
The second Saturday of every month we meet in person, especially now that the lockdown has gone. We've gone back to meeting. And we try to make sure we have that, as I said, the second Saturday of every month. And every week we have somebody who comes online and does a presentation about who they are and where they're coming from with the different kind of professions and skills in terms of people that are in the community.
Yes.
Because we think the more people know about the skills that we have, like you, you know what I mean? Because like you, we need to know you and what you do, and those things inspire others.
Yeah.
And this is why it's about the caring and the sharing, because again, the basis of it is based on Ubuntu.
Yes.
I am because we are, therefore because we are, I am. And your strength is in me and my strength is in you. And when we go up together, the world is a beautiful place.
Definitely so.
But how can you feel good when you know I'm down there and you can help me, but you're all right because you've got what you've got. So therefore, I don't have nothing. So leave me there, let me suffer, and then think that you're living life. Do you think that you're going to really get away by watching me, knowing full well that you could have helped me, and then you watch me suffer and think that it ain't going to come back and get you? Because the divine human spirit is in that way. So we can't move away from each other. We're connected whether we like it or not.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And on that note, I'm going to play another song and we're going to go into the news, I think, by then. And I'm going to come back with Mr. Daniel Pink. So I'm going to play. Let me see now. Let me see what I've got in my little playlist here. I'm going to play Samson and Delilah, Feel Your Love Slipping Away. So I hope you all enjoy this. There we go. Enjoy. There we go.
Good.
Yes, have a breather. Oh, that was lovely. Oh my gosh. I didn't even want to interject. I just wanted to listen and listen and listen. No. Honestly.
It's you asking the question.
Yeah, but I just love, I love you. From day one, I just loved, I remember sitting on the Zoom and just, this man, where have you been all my life? Where have you been? Gosh. I didn't even want to speak. I just wanted to just keep going, And when I finished, I soaked up all that and I felt so good. You gave me that enrichment,
Give thanks,
Yes.
Oh,
it was amazing, amazing. And when I was trying to explain it to someone, it was like, what are you on about? I said, I don't know how to explain it, but when someone just gives you that to just keep going and oh my gosh, absolutely.
Well,
yeah, you've got that. 100% you got that.
Yeah, but beloved, it's life's journey and life's experience.
Yes.
When you're young and fool, you do a whole heap of fool.
You do. God.
Thinking that you know what you're doing and you really don't know nothing.
Yes.
But age and time
definitely
should give you a little bit of wisdom and recognize certain things and try to adapt and change certain things.
Yes.
And I think that's an important thing. And it's like I say to some of the brothers that I have conversations with, especially at the age group that we're at now.
Okay, yeah.
And I said to them, because they go to different kind of wellness and fitness weekends and things like that.
Nice.
And although they go there, I said to them, when you go to those places, I said, I hope you ain't going there and disrespecting the woman then. I said, because we have a little behavior
Yeah.
Where we just love woman. And we think it's good things.
Yes.
When we're doing what we're doing to them. And then when we
And you have to pick the right woman because you're spiritually entwined with that woman. You don't know where that woman's,
absolutely.
And vice versa. You
don't
know,
know.
you need to know your spirituality
You
to
need
know
to know
who you're going with.
You need
you know?
to know. And
Gosh.
I make sure that I have those kind of conversations with those brothers and say, you know, until we start to recognize that we're much more than what we are as brothers, and think higher from the head up than from the neck down.
That's why we need you. We need you. we need you. Oh gosh. We need you 24/7. We need you. Right? Which man is going to come and speak like this? We need you. Okay? We are under you. Here. Take it. We need you. We don't want the riffraff. We want you. We want you. I said it and I don't care. We need you. We need you. I ain't afraid to say we need you. Gosh. People are at Lock's End. They don't know which way to go, but we need you.
Oh, beloved.
We need you. I mean it. We need you.
Beloved.
Honestly.
Everybody's got it in them.
But we need... I've not met a man that can come like this and just be so real with it, you know?
We're trying, beloved.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed Samson and Delilah. I Can Feel Your Love Slipping Away. That is another track from back in my time, what I enjoyed. And yeah, so I'm still here with Mr. Pink, and I just told him something. We need him. Women, when you meet him, men, just tell him straight. We need him. We need him. We haven't got... You need to be that leader. We need you.
Oh no, man, you're the leader.
No, we need you. We haven't got no one again.
Yeah, you have.
Who?
You know what? Every man is a leader.
Yes.
In and of himself. Every sister is a leader in and of themselves. And the reason why I'm going to turn around and tell you you're a leader and how superb and brilliant and fantastic you are is because before you was on this earth with 2 legs and a head and everything else, right? When you were sperm heading towards the egg. You were so fast and determined to get to that egg first that you was the one that got there. And here you are now. So it's to show you that there is nothing that you can't do. If a sperm with just a tail could find his way like that, then how much more you, who's here with information and knowledge that is readily at your hand, that you can pick up and find out and use that as a direction and a guide for you and your life.
Wow. Crikey. You know when you're just speechless. You're just speechless. And that's very difficult for me because, you know, I'm literally like, you know. But we're going to go into the news in like a minute. Yeah. So we're going to... we're going to go into the news in a minute, and then we're going to come back with Mr. Pink, and we're going to continue this convo. But I'm telling you already, I'm just like, if I could, I would just want to just sit here and just listen and not interject. But you know, now and again I have to interject. But honestly, he is he's a force to reckon with. He's amazing, amazing. Honestly, from my heart, amazing from day one.
Give thanks.
From day one, you know. So yes, so the news will be coming on real shortly. And then I'll have another track, another song set up that you can hear as well. Yeah. Oh my goodness me. Is it on now? Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, it should be coming on in a minute. If not, let me just play this then. I'm going to play this tune, which is Candy from back in the day. Candy. Okay. 1 second, peeps. Oh yeah, if you want to call in, please do on 07308 895 668. You can call, text and WhatsApp this number.
To improve your mental well-being, there are little things we can all do to take care of our mental
And there's the news. Great. Play me neck. Oh, shake it out. Oh my gosh. Oh, Daniel, thank you. Honestly. Every time I speak to you, I'm just like that. I'm like a puppy that just soaks it in and it's just like, give me more. Do you know what I mean? Honestly. Oh God, yeah, give me more. Honestly,
Oh,
it's
man,
just amazing, amazing.
Well, it's just because we are
Amazing.
reason.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And there's nothing nicer than the reasoning.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And the beauty and the power in the reasoning in terms of male to female.
Yes.
My sister as a female and me as a male.
Yes.
And we're reasoning, and it's just an opening reasoning.
Really
and we're
beautiful.
exploring each other's reasoning.
Yes.
And that's what's creating the energy and the idea that we're taking it up on another level. So it's to show you that, you know, we don't have to just think, well, kind of pretty, you know, I wonder.
Yeah, this and that, you know.
Phone number from her. No, because we want to see the best for us.
Yes.
So why shouldn't I want for my brother and my sister that which I want for myself?
Yes.
And I live my life like that.
That's so good, and you've kept it like that without having having fallen down, as to say.
I live my life like that. Because at the end of the day, we stand on the shoulders of our parents.
Yeah.
And it goes back to it again.
Right back, yeah.
You know, why? And I'm saying it when it goes back to our parents, and it goes back to our parents, and it goes back to Jamaica, where, you know, where my parents are from, and it goes back to people like Marcus Garvey. It goes back to people like Paul Borg.
Yes.
It goes
Paul
back to
Borg,
people
yeah.
like Nanny of the Maroons.
Jeez,
You understand?
yeah.
It goes back to Taki from St. Mary in Jamaica. You know, and it goes back to Kodjo and those revolutionary people.
Way back like that.
And it's a continuum.
Yeah, yeah. You know, we're going to be ancestors. Do you know that?
At some point.
We're going to be ancestors.
At some point.
They'll be talking about us.
Well, I hope so.
Imagine. Wow. Oh, gosh.
I hope so.
Yeah, but it's good. When you think of it in that way, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's why I say that, you know, it's admirable.
Yeah.
The things that I see you doing.
Oh, bless you.
Because
Bless you.
you're out there as you are, like you said, on a Saturday, and you're out there with
Yeah.
them, and don't care what that input, they will never forget you for the rest of their days of their life.
Oh, bless you, yeah.
And when you can impact somebody's life like that in a meaningful way, Goddess Jazzy, that's something else. That is something else.
I always feel that we're here for a purpose. And I've never, you know, you can look at someone and they can be an artist or something like that. I always used to say, what is my purpose? What is it? And I just thought, you know what? It's just being me.
Yeah.
That is my purpose, just to be me.
And nothing
That's
wrong
it.
with
Nothing
that.
at all, you know?
And that's the greatest gift that every one of us have within us that's unique to us.
Yes.
And if that is cultivated and developed and shaped and given to the world, we will transform the world
Definitely. Man,
into a world that's far more better than the world that we're even living in now. And so why not move towards living in a better world where, you know, we don't have to worry about this or that or the other.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, whether you like it or not, this planet shows you how things work. And if we don't want to follow what nature does,
Yes.
then we go against nature, and then nature will cause problems
Definitely.
for us.
Definitely.
saying?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Because the earth don't waste nothing. It recycles everything. But
Yeah.
yet we're creating
creating
more
more.
waste
Everything.
because we're out of our mind.
Yeah.
We're not in sync with ourselves. We're not in sync with nature.
Yeah.
We're trying to manipulate and control nature.
Imagine. Who do we think we are? You know?
Yeah,
That's the question. Who do you think you are?
Well,
You know?
you've got a few people running the asylum.
They've got their headphones, Lord.
What's going on, guys? This is Post Malone. What's up? This is Dr. Dre. Yo, what's up? It's your boy Tiny Temper. Yo, this is Busta Rhymes. This is DJ LSD, and you're listening to Love the Beat Radio, best station in the world.
You're listening to Love the Beat Radio, the #1 internet radio station.
Okay. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Goddess Jazzy Show. That was the news, and I'm still here with Mr. Daniel Pink. We're having a great conversation. you know he has to come back, because this is just not even the beginning. This is just the now. You know, that's all I can say. You know, amazing. So earlier on we were talking about, do you know when I saw the word mandolin? Is it mandolin? Mandiani. I thought to myself, did you learn Japanese? That's what, when I saw that, I thought, oh, maybe you learned Japanese. But,
No.
So it's a dance.
It's a dance that
Yes.
celebrates the transition from boyhood to adulthood.
Okay, and that still happens now.
Yes, we still do those
do
kind
that.
of work with young people. So it's a rites of passage that we do with them,
Okay.
taking them through the whole journey.
Yes. So you equip them with the tools of how to become a man.
Well, we do our best.
Yeah, no,
and
that's
young
good.
women,
and
as,
women
well.
as well.
Yeah.
So what's their rite of passage? The same.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's the same
Wow.
thing, but you'll have sisters who will do
will
certain
do it.
things with them,
Yeah, that's so good,
know.
isn't it?
giving them an understanding themselves as young sisters and their value as young sisters, and their whole kind of biological, chemical makeup and
Okay.
responsibility that they have to themselves,
Oh.
and the value that they need to have to themselves. So it's those
Look at
kind of,
that.
key foundational things in terms of getting them to understand themselves.
So they will talk about their body, how the changes are going to be, and everything. Wow. Oh man. When is the next meeting? When is the next? I don't know how I'm going to do it though, because you know my babies, I have to see them and film them on that Saturday.
Absolutely.
That's the thing.
You're gonna find a way.
I have to find a way.
You're gonna find a way.
Gosh.
Beloved. You're gonna find a way. But it's important that all
Yes.
of us play a part.
Yes.
All of us. Stop waiting for somebody else
Yes.
to come and do for you
Yeah.
that which you could do for yourself, and start to connect with each other,
Yes.
and work with each other, and talk with each other, and socialize with each other, and talk
That's
about
what we
the
don't do.
issues.
We don't socialize
Yeah,
like
get
that.
your girlfriend
Yeah.
and you let her to get a few friends out, cook some food, and
Yes.
you sit down and discuss the things that are really impacting you.
Yeah.
And even if you don't have the answer, I guarantee if you bring 5-6 people together
Yeah,
and they have a
someone will have
conversation,
it. Yeah.
someone's gonna have the answer rather than you sitting there by yourself.
Yeah.
Woe be
Whoa.
unto me.
Yeah.
The whole world.
This. You know, the world owes me.
Because you don't want to go out and socialize and engage in a meaningful way,
Yeah.
that's going to have value to your life, and make you a better human being. And that for me is what 2022 is, in terms of what we all need to be doing.
Yeah.
Coming together
Yeah.
and understanding to love ourselves in terms of who we are as
Definitely.
African Caribbean people, and value that, and stand in the beauty of that, and let us express that, so that we can start to then create a world that is going to be so beautiful to live in, that we're just going to say, man, why weren't you in this like this before?
Before, yeah.
Yeah, but we have to work out the negativeness in us in order to bring the best of ourselves to the table. And that's what Ubuntu really is about, bringing the
Nice.
best of yourself to the table.
So, what I want to ask now.
Yes, ma'am.
So everyone can come to the coffee meeting. So you must advertise that. And I want to come to the in-person one. But I know the time and I know the day. And I'm trying to work. Even the other day, I was trying to work how. Because by the time I finish, half of it's already done, you know? And if I take time off, it's like they will kind of reprimand me. Auntie, we missed you. You missed this goal. That's how they are, you know?
Oh dear. I don't.
It's just,
I
You know,
I don't know.
I don't know how to.
We'll find a way.
We have to. We
We'll
have to,
find a
because
way.
I want to be there. I want to be involved. But I just.
We'll find, even
Yeah.
if we find a way where it might even be a case that
You don't have to come up there. How about coming
I
there?
might even have to come here
Yeah, or come here.
and
Yes.
do it live.
Live like that. Yes.
Just like that.
Yes.
And then people will say, "Oh, right, okay, right, okay."
Yes.
So we'll work on something.
Yeah, that'd be good.
We'll
That'd be
work on
good, because I
something.
need to be involved. I can't. Every time I see the message, I'm just like, oh, look at the time. The nephews there, they're gonna be bawling in the corner, auntie. And they're like that. If I miss a goal, Auntie, where were you? You know, you missed. I done this goal. Every one of them so proud like that. You know.
Well, beloved, then you have got to make sure you continue doing that with those young men.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I see it. I see it on Instagram, and I see how they are. With you. They love you.
Yeah, and it's so nice. And all kinds of colour, Polish,
all of them,
Turkish.
But that's because
everything.
You're just a down to earth African woman who's engaging, and you mean well for everybody.
Definitely.
And
gosh,
that's what I see in terms of when them young people are around you.
Yeah,
they love you, man.
Oh, bless them. And they're happy to say, look, one of them got married the other day. He got married to a Nigerian woman. He's from Poland. He came here. He said, Auntie, I'm getting married. I said, are you? To who? I thought it was a Polish girl. He said, no, a Nigerian. I'm going to Nigeria. He put the video up. I said, I'm so proud. Every time I'm so proud of you. You're 26. You've done this. You've gone to another country to marry your wife like that. You brought her there and this and that. And I just said, look at you, 26.
This is why, and this is why I'm saying, you know, we have the opportunity to really make a change.
Yes.
And we can do it. And it's up to us. But, you know, we have to come to that place where we respect and know ourselves.
Definitely. Cut out the negativity. And cut out the bad mind. And just stop. It's enough. We've been doing it for too long. It's enough.
But it has to start in the home.
Yeah.
And you know.
100%, yeah.
Once it starts in the home, then it can then be carried out when you're out on the street.
And if you don't know how to do it, ask for help.
And there's help
there. You know, there's help. There's help.
There's help there.
Don't be ashamed. Don't be frightened to ask.
No, don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid to ask. Just ask, you know.
And it's young people's time. It's young people's time.
We're supposed to retire, and these young people are meant to run up and down now.
Well, and this is, you know, it's their time.
Yeah.
But they're gonna have to come to know a few things in terms of who they are.
To equip themselves, definitely.
To be able to manage and survive and go forward into the 21st century and beyond in such a way that it will make the world that we're looking at now as if it was foolishness. So my thing is, know yourself. Yeah. Know your history. Know where you're coming from. Especially African Caribbean boys. Especially in terms of where they're coming from and what Africa has given to the world. Yes. And its civilization. Don't let nobody fool you. Because everybody needs the resources of Africa in order to survive. The whole world needs it. You know, all these monitors and things like that.
Yeah, and the telephones and all that. You know, I didn't know until I got older. I did not know. And when I was told, I was a bit like peeved. I was like, really? Yeah. You know, when you're just like, really? I thought it was such and such, Mr. Bell or whatever. Yeah. When they said the lights were, a black man made the lights and this, I was like, wow.
100%.
You know?
But they don't tell you.
They don't know.
They don't tell you, and they're not going to tell you. But the thing is, even today now, with what we use as our mobile phones and the minerals that are in it, they're coming from Africa.
Yeah, I think from Ghana or something like that, if I'm right. Some part of Ghana, some parts that's made from it or something like that, yeah.
So the cobalt, all of these different magnesium, all of these different things.
See, if you don't know, that's why we have to come together so we can educate each other, honestly.
Because it's there.
Yeah.
You know, everybody can't want to benefit off of Africa, but you don't want to be African. You want the resources of Africa, but you don't like African people. What kind of foolishness is that?
Doesn't go hand in hand at all.
You want the resources of Africa to have the life that you live in, but you don't like African people. But you want their things. What kind of madness is that? You really need help. The whole of it is there that the whole world could benefit from. But why shouldn't the Africans be able to determine what they want for their resources and everything, rather than you deciding if you don't give to me,
I'm going to do this.
I'm going to come in your yard and mash up your yard and take your things. Well, what kind of a human being
when you break it down like that, it's more formidable to digest as opposed to the harsher way of saying this, that. When you break things down like this, it makes me want to go,
you know, all the resources come from Africa. The oil is coming from that side of the world, and the diamonds, the gold, it's all coming from that side of the world. that gives us all we want, the minerals to make the phones work, to make the monitors work, and all of these kind of things, all these multinationals and conglomerates that are there eating out of Africa, but at the end of the day they don't want to treat the African people with the regard that they deserve, but yet you want the things that they have.
Yeah.
Be careful that the table don't turn.
1000%.
And when it turns,
1000%. Yep.
you best hope that they will turn around and treat you with the same regard that they've always been treating you, respectfully.
Respectfully, isn't it?
Because you certainly haven't been treating them like that.
Do you think Jamaica will follow suit with Barbados?
Do you know what? I hope Jamaica follows suit.
Yeah.
I hope Jamaica starts to liberate itself. I hope that Jamaica will start to see the beauty in itself. I hope that Rastafari will start to resurge itself and start to bring back what Rastafari represents for the whole of people and humanity.
Yeah.
I hope that the Caribbean islands can all kind of come together and start to recognize, you know what, we should be doing business with each other. We should be doing trade with each other. We should be doing that. If all these European countries are doing that to do trade amongst themselves, then why shouldn't we be doing the same thing amongst ourselves? There's nothing wrong with it. But what, we're going to wait for Harry or we're going to wait for William to come over to come and see if we're all right in Jamaica.
If you can manage, that's to say,
if we can manage to say that, you know, you're coming to see us, well, you know, at the end of the day, why can't we do it? And as a matter of fact, we must do it.
We must do it.
We're going to be forced to do it.
Yeah, we must do
because
it. Because
it's not good enough that we can't. We can. But we don't have to want to be like everybody else. Be ourselves.
Yeah. It's much easier, isn't it? It's harder to be something else that you're not. It's so hard.
Be ourselves.
Just be yourself. It's so much easier. You know, less time consuming everything.
We don't have to study war. We don't have to study murder. We don't have to study killing. There's no benefit.
There's no benefit. That's
things.
the key. There's no benefit. Nothing's going to make your life any better by
just killing and murdering people. That's just heartache and pain. And what do you benefit out of that? Short-term gain?
Yeah.
Which isn't going to last long. So, you know, the world is changing.
Yeah.
People are opening up their eyes and they're seeing things and they're thinking about things and they're reasoning with things. And they should do. Ask questions about where you are, where you live.
Yes.
Look at our government. Not our government, not mine. When you look at the government, you know, the behaviour is unbelievable.
What an example! What an example you're showing people. What an example!
It's the worst behaviour that you've ever seen,
and you're still allowing it. That's the thing.
We're entertaining this fella. If you had a man who was lying to you, stealing to you, but telling you say he loves you, and blatantly, and he's telling you that he loves you, you're gonna still stay with him?
I will be like the German. I told you off.
If someone is treating you like
that,
would you stay with them?
No way on this heaven. No way.
So why do people sit down and
still take
this foolishness?
Obviously, it's a joke.
And think that they can tell you what's best for your life.
You have to follow by his example.
And you must follow them. They're the most terrible example of people ever to walk this planet. And I don't think that you should follow them, none at all.
No.
And this is why I say, we as African Caribbean people especially, and I say that to people on the whole, start looking what's in your own best interest and sorting out your own life to develop your own future and your own destiny.
Yes.
Because your destiny is not in the future of them.
No. There's no care, there's no love, there's no nothing.
They don't care.
They don't give a rat's bum, as
they
to say.
They don't care. You've never seen anything like it. So this is why I say, stop believing in somebody else. Start believing in you. And once you start to believe in you, you will start to see things happening for you, growing for you, naturally for you, organically for you, rather than you trying to be some kind of formula.
Let me just write that one down, the formula. Ooh. I've already got 2, evolutionary and formula. I mean it. I mean it. Oh my gosh. Don't you notice I don't want to interject? I'm just like this.
Oh, beloved.
I'm just like this. This is how I was on the Zoom, and this is how I am face to face. I'm just bedazzled, if that's even a word. Honestly, I'm just bedazzled.
Oh, beloved. I just know.
Honestly.
That we're very special people.
Yeah. And I'm thankful for you. I am. In my heart, I'm thankful for you. I am.
Give thanks, beloved.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for you.
Good.
I'm thankful for you, and I just want you to just keep on doing the things that you do.
Thank you.
Because you're amazing, man. I just like to see you here, there, you're doing this, you're doing that. Yeah, how does she do all them things?
Oh, I'm going to tell you something. Do you remember Dexy's Midnight Runner back in the 80s?
Yeah.
It's a white folk. That's all I'm saying. You'll be seeing something real soon. That's all I'm saying. And he's one of my favourites. I like folk music and that type of thing, you know.
Yes.
And when that call came, I said yes. So that's what I'm saying. You know.
Godessjazzy, I just think you are an inspiration.
Oh, bless. But you are. You're amazing, amazing.
Yeah,
From that moment I spoke to you, you just brought me to like another world. I was just like, oh man. Hi.
Yeah, but
Where has he been? You know, when you're just like, where have you been? And you mean to say you're down the road. How come I haven't went, oops, like that? Oh my God. Why? Why God? Why have you done this?
Oh, dear. Yeah, beloved.
Oh my gosh.
But you say, as we say in Jamaica,
Yes.
never do before the
That's
time.
right. And this is the time. And
this-
I'm glad.
This is the time. And so, you know, I'm looking forward for you to be telling me more about your Nigerian
Yes.
side of yourself.
Honestly, I've got to
and
research.
the Kenyan side of you.
Yeah.
You know?
How lovely.
Yeah, I wanna hear about that.
Yeah. I want to know what language I'm going to have to speak now and just everything.
Well, beloved,
Everything.
take your time.
Yeah, I've got to.
Take your
Definitely.
time. You know,
Yeah.
little by little, you don't eat a whole sandwich by just pushing it in your mouth.
That's true. I take time. I nibble a little at a time, put a piece away.
And that's it.
Like that.
That's the one, beloved. And then bit by bit, before long,
Yeah.
you'll be just like, what?
Imagine. Yeah.
And that's the fascinating thing about kind of the unraveling
Yes.
of yourself.
Of yourself.
Because
And of yourself. So
Yeah.
all these years I thought it was this, but it's not that. It's now this. Now I've got to relearn and try and learn now about me. Yeah.
and just
Do
embrace it all.
Yeah, I will.
That you have such a
Yeah.
magnificent, diverse set of family right across
Yes.
the continent of Africa, right across the Pacific Islands,
Yes.
right across North and South America. Know that you've
beautiful,
got
yeah.
people everywhere, everywhere,
Definitely so.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's good.
You can't go wrong.
It was well worth the £59. I tell you that for nothing. I was searching for something else, and this came up. I said, "Okay, good."
What a thing!
It's. I wanted to know if I belonged to where I belong, because in the family there's so much differences.
Okay.
So I was searching for that, and I said this came back, and I thought, but this is not what I was searching for. That's why they say be careful what you search for.
Well, you might just find it.
And I found this, and I'm just like, whoa.
So when you brought that back to the family now, what was that like when you brought that
When I
back to
brought
the
it back,
family?
it was like, that's why you're attracted to Nigerians. I'm like, I'm not attracted to them. They're attracted to me. Let's get it right. All right. Now, what do you like how they wear? Because I love African wear. I've always loved cultural wear.
Yes.
So, but it's still been the thing of, yeah, but you're still Jamaican. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Then my son says, then Mum, what am I? Because he's mixed. And I said, well, you're still who you are, but don't search nothing yet.
Boy.
You know, because that will be another,
Yeah.
the white side of him.
Okay.
And then my side. So I don't know. I said, just keep how you are, Mishak. That's all right. That's cool. You know, let me sort me out first, and then, you know.
Well, it's for you to share it.
Yeah. Once I know that, then I can say, all right, we'll take a step and find it out. You are then. You know? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you're much more than what you think you are.
Definitely.
That's for sure.
Definitely. Without a doubt. But we all are.
100%.
Imagine you're looking for something else,
100%.
and this comes on your doorstep. Bap! Hey, Miss Right, this is what you are. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah. And if I want to go more, you pay more, there's more.
Oh, beloved.
Yes, there's more.
Of course there's more.
There's a list. There's about 5,000 cousins I've got. Yeah.
There you go.
All the names are there. Everything from America, from this place. Yeah, we're linked on the tree.
Beloved.
It's amazing, isn't it?
This is why, I say, once you start to
delve in
to these things, it opens a world
of everything.
And it's life transforming.
Yes, like Pandora's box.
Yeah, man.
You know when you're nosy and you open it up.
Oh man. And it just shifts.
It's just like this.
Yeah, your whole perception just moves to a different place, and I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, and I'm thankful for it. Without a doubt, I'm very, very thankful.
Well, beloved, you can only grow in it, Yeah. You can't do
what could be the worst? Nothing could be worse. You're right. I only can grow and do better and be better.
That's all.
Yeah. It's good. It's a good opening.
See, if there's one thing I know about Nigerian people, man, they're some proud people. They're proud, man.
Yeah.
Proud. And they're solid.
Yes.
Solid.
Definitely so.
And the Nigerian women, them serious.
Yeah. That's real. When I've seen how they've given birth, mine was watered down. You know what you just think? What was I screaming about? Look, this woman gave birth, went back to work straight. Cut her own umbilical cord, done. Cooked. I'm just like, I was weak compared to you, love. I was weak. So I'll take my hat off to them. I'm just like, that's woman. That to me is woman. You know?
Beloved, this is what I say.
Gosh.
We're a very, very, very beautiful people.
We are. We're unique. We're strength. We're love. We're everything. We are everything. And we should be proud.
You should be.
Yeah.
And accept yourself.
Yes. With all your flaws as well.
And don't worry about what
doesn't matter.
Anybody else has to say about you at the end of the day. Because when it boils down to it, at the end of the day, really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm your mother.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
The DNA that's in me is in every living woman on earth.
Yeah. That's right. That is right, people. You heard it here with Mr. Daniel Pink. Yeah, I said it. So, Mr. Daniel Pink, you know I've got my fun questions. Okay. I don't know if you've been listening to the show, and I hope you haven't, so that you know these are fresh ones.
All right. So, let's see what these fun questions
I have 1 to exactly 16 questions.
Okay.
And out of them, I want you to have 5 of them.
5.
So from 1 to 16.
1 to 16.
Yes. So go with your first one, please and thank you. What number?
8.
Number 8. Ah, Mr. Pink. Well, what am I going to do with you, huh? You'd have to het up the thing a bit. Okay, it's quite simple actually. What's your favourite car and why?
What's my favourite
car and why?
I don't really have.
You don't have one?
A favourite car.
Okay, what do you like to see? Which car do you like to see? And that says to yourself, "Ooh, that's a bit," you know. All right, what car is practical for you then?
Practical.
Yes. What would you say is a practical?
One that don't cost me too much money.
I tell you, me too, 100%.
One that don't cost me too much money.
That's a great answer. Okay, I'll leave it at that. You heard it here? There's the answer. Good. What's your next number?
I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna go to 2.
You're gonna go to 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Android or iPhone, and why?
Android or iPhone.
So that's either a Samsung like this or iPhone. That's difficult.
Well, I've been using iPhone.
Gosh.
And
tell me why you like using that.
I just like some of the features on it.
Yeah.
And especially like going into Keynote and doing different little bits and pieces in there.
And what is Keynote, dear?
Oh, the Keynote is just like PowerPoint.
Oh.
It's just like PowerPoint. You can bring it up and you can do things on it.
Okay.
So I kind of like it for that. And I can just, it's quite simple.
Okay.
Yeah,
and what if you get locked out? The reason why I don't like it, because if you get locked out, you have to go through a long stuff.
Well, that hasn't happened to me.
It hasn't. Okay.
No. And I hope it doesn't happen to me. But in that sense, that's why I like it.
Okay. Thank you very much for that one. Okay, and your third number, please.
My third number is, I will go for number 13.
Number 13. That means I have to turn over the page. Right? Okay. You said number 13. You know when you have to put half there and half there. Okay. We're getting there. Hold on. We're getting there. Number 13. What a pregnant number. And I wonder what I wrote for it.
Number 13.
Number 13. It could be good luck and it could be bad. You never know.
You think so?
Well, you know, I hesitate. I am hesitant to answer. Really, let me
Whatever
see.
comes out of it, I'll take the good.
You take it, yeah.
I'll take
This is
the
a
good.
beautiful question. You asked for it, now you're gonna get it.
All right then.
13 is, what would you say to your younger self? What advice would you give to your younger self? So let's rewind the clock to about, let's say, maybe 15. What would you say?
15.
Yeah, let's say at 15. What would you say to yourself? You've reached here now, at this pinnacle time now.
Right.
What would you say to you? What advice? What is the best advice
I
you give?
think I'd start with a bit earlier. I'd
Earlier than 15. Okay,
I'd
good.
probably say, if I could go back to my 10-year-old self,
10. All right.
I'd say, listen here, brother.
Yes.
See this world we're in? It's a bit funky.
Yeah.
This is what you need to do.
Good. Tell us. Lay it down.
Right. And I want you to make as much money as you possibly can, legitimately, without getting yourself into too much problem.
Good.
Probably get into property,
Good.
buy and sell, make enough, and then get out of it.
Wow. There's the advice. Take it or leave it. That's the advice. So that's what you'd say to your 10-year-old self.
Yeah,
Marvelous.
And make your way to Africa.
Good man. Love that answer. So, what's your next number?
The next number
Please.
I'm gonna go for is, let's go for 5.
5. Now you want me to go back. Okay. You should have stayed in that lane, but you want to go back to 5? No problem.
Yes.
This is going to be easy for you.
It's gonna
Favorite country and why?
Africa.
Wow. Look at that. You see how God is good. So give us the rundown on why.
Because
For those who don't know.
it's the second biggest continent on this planet. It has a population of 1.4 to 1.6 billion people
Jeez.
on the continent. It has so much diversity in terms of land and scape and what it looks like. Rivers and all of those kind of things. Fruit and you
and all
name it.
that. Wow.
It has everything. It's the basket that can feed the world. And so, yeah, I want to go back home and go and sit down and be amongst my people, be
Good.
amongst the land, and walk up and down and enjoy myself.
Nice answer. And now your penultimate last number,
My
please.
penultimate last
Yes.
number,
Is what?
10.
10.
10.
Okay. Yeah. Your favorite season and why? So we got autumn, summer, winter, spring. Out of those, which is your favorite and why? What does it evoke? What memories or feeling does it evoke for you?
Well, if there's any time, sunshine, man.
Sunshine. So the summer is the good one for you.
Sunshine,
yeah?
man. Sunshine.
And what feelings does it bring to you?
Nothing sweeter than when the sun kisses me on my forehead and tell
Look
me,
at
self,
that.
morning sun.
Morning
how you do?"
sun. Look at that. Fabulous answer. And I'm going to ask you this question.
Okay.
This is number 11, right?
All right.
If you could delete one thing from Earth, what would it be and why? Think
Wickedness.
of everything. Wickedness. Why?
Because
Break it down for us.
if wickedness can leave, then we can get back to our nature, and our nature of living right and doing right and living with freedom, justice and equality for all.
Wow.
And that for me is my answer.
That's your answer. Thank you so much. And on that note, people, I'm going to play another tune. And I'm hoping I'll be able to find the tune. And yes, this is the one. This track and tune is called The Vibrations. They're the group, and it's called Shake It Up. Those who know from back in the day will know. It's one of my favourite tracks. And there we go. Enjoy.
Yes, rare groove.
Yeah. Oh, it's lovely. Thank you for answering my strange, fun questions.
I hope you enjoyed my strange, fun answers.
I did. I liked your 10-year-old advice. You know, the thing is, we don't learn about business like that. Buying property, we've never, unless you...
No, because you were never taught to think like that. If you think about how people genuinely do that, that is the middle class, most of the middle classes, and I'm not talking... I'm talking the middle class who have got money, not the lower middle class, the upper one, class, the ones who got money, and those things that can be passed down through inheritance and all of that kind of thing. So, especially the rich, the filthy rich, you know, they understand about wealth, and passing wealth on as a legacy. But when you're just coming out of 400 and odd years of enslavement and bondage, getting your head around how you're going to survive,
the figures and this and that, it's difficult. It's difficult.
It's difficult. But whilst there's been good strides, many people have done good things within that framework. But again, it's somebody else's framework that you're tied to, and you don't have your own independent framework that is free, where you can do what you want without nobody impacting and impeding on you.
True enough, real true enough.
Because no matter what you do within this environment, there's always a limitation to where you're gonna get to or go. So someone else is determining where you can go,
and where you finish, just there.
Wherein I don't want nobody to have no control over me like that, because then it means that my potential is limitless.
Do you know how I knew about buying house and that? See my grandparents. That was it. Not my own direct.
There you go.
My grandparents, watching them build the house in Jamaica and the land, and I was young and I thought, why are they doing that? Because you're brought up here, you see things differently. Why are they doing that? But you don't realise until you get older. Wow, granny and granddad, you done that. You own this, you own that.
That's right.
Jeez.
And again, you go back to it, and I always use history as a point. Before Europeans came out of Europe and came to Africa, we ruled the land
as well. Okay, that's my song finishing. Okay. Okay. Welcome back to the Goddess Jazzy Show. I hope you enjoyed that tune. That was The Vibrations, and that was called Shake It Up. That's how I used to dance to it back in the day. Oh well, you know, I love bringing back the old memories. I never knew the titles of songs, but I remembered the track and the tune, you know.
I got you.
So I've been searching.
I got you.
You know. So, last but not least, let's talk about outreach. I love doing outreach. I used to do a lot of outreach. I did, back in the day. So you do outreach in the bar of Hackney, where I was born.
Yes, I used to do it when I was in Hackney. At that time, I was the senior detached team coordinator.
Nice.
So what did
that mean?
Well, let me tell you what it means. Sound posh, but it not posh.
No.
All it was is that I went over into Hackney to develop a detached outreach team to work in 4 areas of the borough.
Okay.
So that was Stoke Newington,
Manor
Homerton, Manor House, and
Dalston.
Dalston. And so when I first went there, they recruited me to come and develop a team and put in all the structures in order to create the employment and this, and sort out their salaries, and put in all the aims and objectives for them to be able to do the work in terms of the formats in which they need to work by and capture information when they went out and talked to people. And I had to
Is that still happening? Do you still have that role, or
I don't do that no
you don't do it no more?
No, I mean, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That I was doing it, but I understand it. I understand how it works, and you're working with a whole different range of partnerships in terms of when you're having borough-wide meetings with, you know, the police and youth services and all the different, talking about what's going on in the borough and what's happening in terms of crime and all of those kind of things and who's doing what. So you found out a lot of those kind of things doing that kind of work. And I enjoyed that, managing and developing that team that works right across the borough. It was only, when I first started there was only 3 people, and I developed them into a team of 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that team is still happening.
That's all gone now, because Hackney changed, and so when Hackney changed, that all went.
Gosh.
And I just moved on from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got the memories of what you've done.
I mean, there's so many memories in terms of the things that I've done, but I liked it in Hackney. But one of the things that I used to say to myself, why am I up in Hackney trying to sort out the issues in Hackney?
And there's problems down.
Yeah, I live in Lewisham, and the same things are here.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know what? I'm going to concentrate my time
where you live.
In where I live,
Yeah.
and that's where I try to do my work, right where I live, because I think it's important. That's if I live there,
yes,
then you know I must want to see the best
there as well.
There.
Do you have a lot of interaction with the police? As in, what's for instance, I went for a knife what do you call it? A knife crime.
Okay.
Induction thing,
right.
And the police commissioner was there, the black police commissioner, talking about what he wants in the borough. Do you have that sort of relationship with the police as well?
Yeah, I know them.
You do? Okay.
I know them, and
are they helpful?
When there's things that are happening, you know, they do what they can do.
Okay.
In that way, and when there's time for me to engage with them, I engage with them. Apart from that, I don't run up to go and be talking to them too much about anything.
Okay.
If I have to, and there's something that needs to be discussed, then you know.
Then they're invited, and you can.
Well, I'll invite them, or I'll go to the safer neighbourhood meetings that go on within the borough, and go and listen and find out what's happening.
Yeah.
So it's making sure you kind of tap into what's going on in the area where you live.
Yes.
Again, I think it's important that we become knowledgeable about what's going on in our area.
Yeah.
It's not enough for you to come out of your house and then one day you see a set of flats going up and you're thinking, when did that happen?
It's so true. It's so true, you know. Oh gosh, I don't even recognise Lewisham no more.
No, because
you know, it's just like went that shop there the other day, and now it's a hotel.
But somebody sat down in a room, a few years ago,
was planning it,
and they put it out there.
Yeah.
There's a consultation. You can come to the meeting.
You just ignored it, innit?
But you never paid no mind, or your head was just
sorry, and I just
else.
Was whatever.
Whatever.
You know.
But whatever is now
there. It's a hotel. I can't believe it.
And you're thinking, really?
When did this happen? Oh my gosh.
And Lewisham is going to change.
Big time, yeah.
It's going to change, and you know,
it's like the identity is lost now of it, you know?
Well, it is, because part of it, again, is that a lot of the people that work in the borough, especially in the real decision-making positions, and even in some of the schools.
Yes.
Some of them don't even live in the area. They commute in.
So, back in the day, they used to live in the area to do...
So, like a lot of teachers now, they commute in. Not that there aren't some teachers from within the area, but the decision makers, a lot of them, they don't live here.
There. No.
They don't live here.
God help us.
And my thing is, how can you expect an area to get better
if you're not part of it?
If you're not part of it. What's your vested interest in it?
That.
And if it's just the money, then all those students that are there, they're just a tick box exercise in order for you to move on and say, you know, well, I worked in the inner city and I worked with these
Look at my CV.
these BME young people. My CV says this. But at the end of the day, you really didn't do nothing with them, because none of them really ain't coming out of there with nothing. But does that really matter to you?
No, because you've got your outside living and everything.
You've got your own world. And then that's our children who could be the geniuses that create something so important that could transform the area. But yet, because they're not made to feel like as if to say that they can do and create the environment and the spaces to see that creative genius come out of them. So therefore, then they just die.
Or just left in the side like that. Do you know what? The other day, this is to show us as people, parents and people, when you see a young person, give them a compliment. The other day, I saw a young schoolboy. His hair was out like this. And I stopped him and I said, young man, your hair is so lovely. I said to him, he looked around, he said, thank you. You don't know how that made me feel. That's what he said. Young, he must be about 13. I said, no, somebody must always tell you something. And he went walking with pride. So we must try and stop looking at them negatively and look at this one.
Acknowledge them.
Acknowledge them and give them that little boost, you know?
Acknowledge them, especially when like you said, when I see them with their
hair out like this, I'm like, look at you. I will call you, say, come here.
I always tell them,
you know?
Man, I like your hair, man.
Yeah.
Any chance you can lend me some of yours? And I've always talked to them about, and this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we have to.
Even though they're walking around with these hairstyles that they have, a lot of these hairstyles are old, ancient hairstyles.
And they got meanings to it. Even the cave rolls got meaning to it.
But the children don't understand.
They don't know, they don't understand.
They just do their hair out.
And done, and there's meaning.
But there's meaning to it. So a lot of those hairstyles are ancient hairstyles.
And ways of escaping from the slave master as well.
It was used in that way. It was certainly used in that way. And so this is what I'm saying. Embrace yourself.
Definitely.
Embrace yourself and stop running from yourself. Stop trying to be
I like that.
somebody else.
That's for you young women out there. Stop trying to be someone else. Just be yourself.
Trust
my gosh.
Trust me. Trust me. Don't allow yourself, sisters, to be fooled by materialism and think that materialism makes you somebody. It doesn't. It's the internal person that is of the greater value.
That's where the beauty is.
The real beauty is.
Absolutely.
So find that beauty within yourself and know that it's not in cars or
or jewelry or hair or something.
Not that. It's more in depth than that. And if you find that as young women out there, and you don't have to go far. It's right there. Look in the mirror. You'll see it.
Yeah, because you'll inspire someone else, and that's what we want to do. Inspire, keep inspiring
100%,
and empowering.
100%.
Yeah.
Just keep looking at your reflection in the mirror and saying, I'm beautiful.
Yeah, and I love me.
That's all you got to do.
Telling you, it's a beautiful feeling.
That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. And that you're important. And anybody who wants to come and talk to you, they must come and talk to you with meaningful conversation.
That's right, because I haven't got time.
Because I haven't got time. If it's foolishness, tell them later. Tell them later. I don't want to go Casper's to go get no ice cream.
No, not at all. So on that note, I'm going to play my lastest track. So let me see. This is not so old really, but I love this track. I really love this tune. And this is Kanye West, and it's called I Heard Them Say. I just love it. There's something about it that I just love, and I'm going to play it right now. And here we go. Enjoy. There we go. Mr. Pink, it's been a joy. Yes. It's been a joy. I swear to you, it's been a joy. You know when you're speechless, it's been a joy. It has, honestly.
Oh dear.
It's been a joy, honestly.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. You know this ain't the last. I'll run you down. You know me. You can try and hide, but you know me. Oh. I'll be like this. What are you doing on this day? You'll have to tell me. You're looking in the diary. I say, okay, this day. You have to come back.
Oh, but you have to. I will come.
You have to.
I will come
We have to
back,
continue this because we have to grow and let people know and Let our children, and I'm talking about our outside children.
No,
know,
and it's
you know?
and it's important.
Yeah.
It's important, and this is why I say what you do, and you know, with your son, and you know, you got children.
Yeah, I've got 3 grandbabies.
So you know, so you know that he's got to be on his game
Yeah.
if he wants those children to really go. Because remember, children look to their
They
parents.
do, yeah, and you don't think they do.
You don't think they do? They watch everything.
And as you got older, that's when you find out. You're like, you mean to say you watch me doing? Yeah, I saw
mean?
what you done, and I'm like, wow.
Oh yeah.
And I try to hide doing certain things,
yeah.
you know.
You have
Wow.
to be careful.
Ooh.
And remember that what they might not understand as a child, as they get to certain age, they start to work out the maths.
Yes. Yes. You're right.
That time.
And they remember.
And you're thinking, Lord, I'm a business and I've got to explore.
Now you're gonna say this and that or whatever. That's why I say to my son, I'm sorry that I beat you when I was younger, but I had to because you didn't want to listen, you know. Yeah, I forgive you, Mom. Like, oh, thanks.
because these are the things, you see.
Wow.
So we want to leave the best impression.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
On them. That, you know, and that's the beauty of it. We have our fallibility.
Yes.
And
it's all right to say when you're wrong as well.
Of course it is.
To your child. It's all right to say, you know what, I was wrong.
Of course it is.
And I'm sorry. It's all right.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
All
Your
right.
child will love you even
Yes.
more. And not only will that, it will help your child to know that it must be able to say sorry. When the child does something wrong.
Because growing up, I found growing up, you was like, you can't say certain things. You mustn't say this. You must just keep everything under the carpet. No. Speak your heart, speak your truth, and let's deal with it.
And that's the one, beloved. So this is why, for me, I said that, you know, we are watching the elders passing out.
Yes.
And we're becoming the elders.
We are the elders.
So,
okay. Right. So, I hope you enjoyed. Welcome back to the Goddess Jazzy Show. I hope you enjoyed that Kanye West song. I did. There's just something about it I like. I can't really put my finger on it, but there was something I liked about it. Well, anyway, I'm still here with Mr. Daniel Pink. We have like 7 minutes, and we were just talking about it's all right to be wrong with your child. It's all right to do a mistake and tell your child, I was wrong. There's no shame in that. It's all right.
None.
You know? And we have to break the generational curse, if you had one,
100%.
and be your authentic, true self.
100%.
You know,
there is nothing wrong, and there's no shame in
Yes.
the fact that we make a mistake.
yes,
When we make a mistake and we say to our children, and we sit them down and say to
Yes.
them, do you know what, son? Do you know what, daughter? I apologize. I made a
Yes.
mistake back then.
Yes.
They'll love you more for it.
definitely.
Then you hide.
You hide and
you're
all
trying to
this.
keep
Nah.
No, children work out the maths.
Yes, very cleverly too.
Because 1 + 1
Yeah,
equals
it
2.
does.
And they will work out the maths. So, beloved,
Yeah.
you know, brothers and sisters,
Yes.
work it out. Talk to your children.
Talk.
Be honest.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to show them when you're hurt.
Yes. And don't be afraid when you fail as well.
And don't be afraid.
You know?
Let them know that failure is part of the learning
Yes. And the growth.
and the growth. So there's no failure.
Yeah.
The failure is when you fail and you don't choose to do nothing after that.
That's the one. Yeah.
But when you fail and you learn why you failed,
Yes.
then you can get up and you can move. Because the human being was never designed to be lazy.
No.
That's not the human being. The human being is one of the most majestic creatures on this planet, if not the most majestic creature. Because whatever the human being conceives, it can bring into reality.
Yeah. That's really, really true. Without a doubt, that's really true.
So that's how powerful we are.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, tell your children the
Yes.
truth. Teach them, and I'm speaking to the African Caribbean children,
Yes.
parents. Teach your children about their heritage. And if you don't know about your heritage in depthly, there's no shame in that
No.
either. But start teaching them, because
Yes.
I'm telling you that your heritage is the diamond that will propel your children into the future. And if you're excited about your heritage, then your children will be excited about their heritage. But if you're not excited about your heritage, then how long will that heritage last if there's nobody to pass it on?
You heard it here on Love the Beats Radio. You could have rang in on 07308 895 668. Call, text and WhatsApp. You've got literally 4 minutes. And you can follow on Facebook on Love the Beat Radio, Twitter at Love the Beat Radio, and Instagram at Love the Beat Radio. It's just been phenomenally fantastic today. You know, words can't even express. Oh my God, I'm just... You know, if there's a word of enchantment, that's how I feel. It doesn't make the sense, but I know what I mean, you know? That's how I feel. I just feel that. You know when you feel that?
Yes,
that's how I feel. You know, it's just been a pleasure. It's been an honour. Oh, my word. Finally, I get to sit with Mr. Daniel Peake. I've been yearning for this. We sat together on Zoom. It wasn't enough for me. You know, we were that close, but it wasn't enough. You know when you weren't enough? And then I had to embrace him. You know, I just had to hold on and just, yeah, this is it, you know. It's been a joy, a real joy. And I'm so grateful for your time. I'm grateful for you coming in, waking up and coming in and sharing everything. It's just beautiful. And you're coming back.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm telling you. Okay?
It'd be an honour to come back, you know? It'd be an honour.
And do you have any last inspiring words to give the nations? I should be saying, yeah, the nations.
I don't know about the nations, but what I will say about in terms of the nations, wherever we are as a people on this earth, as African people, start living good and being good with each other. We have everything to gain and nothing to lose.
Yes.
So, one love, peace and blessing. Let's build a new world. And to the rest of the world, come and join in.
Yeah.
But don't want to lead it.
Don't want to lead it, yeah.
Just come and join in and enjoy the magnificence of what is going to be taking place as we go forward into the future. That's what I'll say.
That's beautiful. And as they say in Jamaica, what good?
I love it. I love it.
Oh, so for that, I'm going to play the last tune, and that will go into the news. And then I'll be seeing you and hearing from you next week. Same time. Goddess Jazzy Show. New guest. Maybe not. Maybe it'll just be me and you. And the elements, you know. But yeah, I'm going to play Janet Jackson and Don't Mess It Up. The Good Thing. So enjoy. Until next week. Love, light, peace, blessings, and a big, big kiss. There we go. There we go. Something to liven you up a bit. And that is that, Mr. Daddy.
Is that
yeah.
now, Mr.
So just going to wait for the news to thingy. Let that play in and the news will come. And that is that. Oh.
And that's you done.
Yes.
Finished for the day.
Yes. And then what have I got to do now? I'm getting a gardener in.
Okay.
I have to.
Okay.
Is it Shaw's Jen? Is Shaw water?
Oh, I took it out. Sorry, I didn't even know whose it was. I took it out. Just took it out. I was going to put it back in the fridge. Sorry.
Your specific
water. Oh, no. I just took it out.
Okay, did you use it for the kettle?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Is it for the kettle water?
We just refill the water.
Okay, yeah. Let's give you a moment. I'll do all of that. Yeah. Yeah, I need a gardener. My son found me a gardener. He said, Mum, it doesn't matter when you can pay me, but I don't like to do it like that, you know?
Okay.
Because waiting on someone is not my thing.
It's not your thing. Okay.
I can't.
All right.
I don't have to. I can speak now because everything's off. I don't have to be breastfeeding you to do something. Okay? I don't. Do you know? I don't. Okay? I don't.
I love it.
Everything's off. So
I love it.
Yeah, I don't.
No. I was more talking about this set.
Right.
Someone took the knife out, and I was wondering
whether is that somebody's spoon and knife and fork and all that?
It's made for the. I brought it in.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've just used that.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. I just wanted to make sure we still had the knife.
Okay.
Because obviously, if someone had taken the knife home,
I was gonna redo it before I leave.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. But yeah, you just can't breastfeed people and be begging them.
No. I'd agree. I'd agree.
So for that, I'll put shame in your face.
I'd agree.
And get me gardener.
I'll get me gardener.
And let them see you do, and you feel shame.
That's one love. You do
know?
the garden.
Yes.
And what time are you going to do that?
I don't know. The guy's waiting. My son is like, Mum, he said, just ring him and he'll come. But I have to clear my dining bit away. And then, yeah. But I need it done because I want to, I've planted bits.
Okay.
Yeah. Like pumpkin and, you know, stuff like
Do you
that.
want to pause that?
This one? Okay, the news is on now. Oh, yeah, so the news is on, okay. Anything else there?
No.
Good.
I know that I've had a great time.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it.
Oh, I've enjoyed you. I swear to you, I really have. Yeah.
Oh, beloved, I've enjoyed yourself.
Yeah.
I've
It's been
enjoyed
long.
myself.
You know how long it's been?
It's a long time.
It's long, you know.
It's a long
From
time.
Zoom. You know how it felt under the, you know, in front of the laptop. I'm thinking, I want to touch this man. Yeah, with all respect. When? Do you see how long I held you for there? I was just like, don't let go yet. Not yet.
Oh, dear. Oh, godessjazzy, you make me laugh.
honestly. Oh,
We
you're-
got work to do.
Definitely.
And we ain't going to leave one another
No,
now
we can't.
anyway.
We can't. I've got to come to this coffee meeting. I'm gonna. If not, like I said, you've got to come back here and do it somehow.
Well,
and you can
somehow.
bring them.
Well,
How many?
no, there can be lots of them.
Like how much? Many? Because we've only got 2 mics and 3.
No.
How many guests can we have in here?
If they want to share mics,
Yeah.
you could have.
How much is the?
I mean, it depends how sensible they are with talking. If they're
Yeah,
if they're very good at like changing.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
mics,
they
I
will,
think
yeah.
probably about 3 per mic.
Three
maybe.
pipe. See,
6.
3, 6. So we can arrange that.
That could.
Can it?
We're gonna work on it.
Yeah, we have to because it's been too long.
gonna
Every
work
time
on
you've been asking and I haven't been able to.
We're gonna work on it,
Yeah.
godessjazzy.
So at least you know now.
We're gonna work
333. So you know.
We're going to work. We're going to work on it.
So we're gonna take a picture here
Okay, come on then.
and all that. Sit your hair, darling, if you don't mind.
I love all of that.
Do you?
I love all of
And don't
that.
forget to get my good side.
Are you?
Not like-
Oh, I love all that.
All right.
Pictures.
Yes, let's take pictures. Okay.
Me and Goddess
Yes,
Jazzy.
fab.
I'm loving that.
Contact us
Okay,
on
dear. And then you do
Then-
this as well.
Oh,
if you don't
yes.
mind.
Yeah, just put it on the.
Right, where's my good side? My good side is this side.
Which side? Is it
Hold
that
on, hold on,
side?
wait a minute. Hold on, put this thing back in my lip.
Oh, gee.
Have you seen this, Sophie?
info
I've had my lip done.
L-O-V-E
Yes.
C-A
I know it's popping up now, but hey.
radio.co.uk.
Oh, bless you. Mwah. Thank you so much.
Make sure they're
Yeah, get me good side. Let me locks in. Hold on, let me get me locks
Get
in.
your locks in. Get your
Thank
locks
you
in.
very much.
That's it, beloved.
Yeah, now.
Thank you. And this will go on the website now.
Yes, and
yeah?
this one's going to be sent onto my WhatsApp group.
Good.
Sorry, I like to make sure the cameras are.
Oh, yes, lovely.
There you go.
Thank you
Oh,
so
lovely.
much. Thank you very much. And I'm going to take one on your own.
Oh, you can
as
take
well.
one on my
Yes,
own, okay.
as well.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me.
So you can come and stand here.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I'll have a good
So you
side
have a
like
good-
you.
yeah.
All right, I'll have a good side.
Okay.
It's a battlefield out there.
Let me take the
And
next
no one
one.
needs wet fish on their team.
Lovely.
They need
Wait
water.
a minute. Don't move. Don't move.
Don't move.
Don't move.
She's a shark, he's a wolf shark.
Lovely.
And what are these hard-nosed suits taking care of?
Nice. Lovely. So they're going to put this, I'll send it to
Mileage or receipt.
Sophie, won't I? Or it's Karina. Karina, yeah. She'll put it on the website.
Okay.
When you go on there, you'll see yourself.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Lovely. I
You'll
like
see
all
yourself
of that.
like that.
Oh, well. Good enough time to still go home and do a few things.
Is it? What are you going to do?
Well,
Anything interesting?
well, yes.
Yes.
I've got some database that I need to update.
Oh, you're good, aren't you?
I try.
You're good.
I
Can you
try.
make websites?
No,
Oh,
no.
I was going to beg.
No.
Okay.
The website thing, no.
No. Definitely no.
No. You wouldn't want me to make your website, and then when you look on there, nobody's
Nobody
on
ain't there, shame.
and you're wondering
Why it happened?
why ain't nobody coming onto my site? What have I
What's he
done?
done?
What's he done? See, do you know he don't know nothing about websites?
Lied. No, not really.
Do you know what they call his name? His name is called Try a Ting.
Look at that. I just got a message from Uganda.
Okay.
They just said, thank you so much, dear sister, for all you're doing in the world. God bless you.
There you go.
Oh wow, that's incredible.
That is amazing. I told you 124.
Okay.
So it reaches Uganda.
So it
They
got to Uganda.
Yeah,
Okay.
he just replied and said, thank you so much, dear sister, for all you do to the world. God bless you.
Wow.
Oh my God, that's brought tears to my eyes.
But that's
Ooh,
because of what you do.
Jesus, I didn't even go as far, but to hear it, it's like,
Yeah.
wow. Oh my God. To see it, yeah.
Only because you never
Wow.
heard nobody call you.
No,
in
that's
like
the thing,
that.
and I'm thinking, you know,
People are listening.
listening. Wow,
Yeah, people are
that's
listening.
amazing. That's really nice. Wow,
And you do, you know,
blessing, huh?
you don't know, Goddess Jazzy, the amount of people's lives that
Yeah.
you impact. The small little simple things that you might think is nothing. There's a life